Chosen ones. Money, it controls opportunities, dictates choices, and in many ways, shapes the world we live in. But what happens when, no matter how hard you try, financial abundance seems just out of reach? When you work tirelessly, do everything right, and still find yourself struggling while others seem to succeed effortlessly. For many, this is where doubt begins to creep in. You start to question yourself. Am I doing something wrong? Am I not worthy of abundance? Why does financial success come so easily to some, while for me, it feels like an endless battle? These thoughts are heavy, and they lead to a painful cycle, one where scarcity becomes not just a financial issue, but an emotional and spiritual weight you carry every day. But what if I told you that this struggle, this very thing that makes you feel stuck, is not a sign of failure, but a sign of something far greater? What if financial difficulties were not obstacles meant to break you, but tests designed to prepare you? What if everything you've been told about money, success, and struggle was only part of the story? You see, those who are truly chosen do not follow the same path as the rest. The hardships you face are not random, they are intentional. They are shaping you, refining you, preparing you for something beyond material wealth. And once you understand the deeper purpose behind your struggles, everything changes. Stay with us until the end, because what you're about to discover may shift your entire perception of financial hardship and reveal the hidden truth about why you were never meant to live in scarcity, but to rise beyond it. I'd like to ask you to subscribe to our channel. Thank you. You have seen it happen, people around you effortlessly climbing the ladder of success while you struggle through endless obstacles. It feels unfair, doesn't it? You work hard, you stay honest, and yet prosperity seems to be handed to those who barely try. This contradiction stings. It makes you question if you're being left behind, if you're cursed, or if you're simply not meant to have abundance. But what if everything you see is an illusion? What if the wealth you envy is not a blessing, but a burden? The world has trained you to measure success through material gain, but many who seem to have it all are trapped. They may have money, but they are enslaved by it, tied to debts, locked in cycles of fear, unable to breathe under the weight of maintaining an image. Their riches are their chains, and they cannot escape them. But you, struggling as you are, might be in the middle of a sacred process. You are not being denied wealth, you are being prepared for something far greater. The universe does not give freely what it knows could destroy you. Think about it. If you were given sudden riches right now, would you know how to wield them? Wealth without wisdom is a curse, not a blessing. If you have seen people who achieve success too fast, you have also seen them fall just as quickly. Lottery winners who go bankrupt within years, celebrities who drown in their fame, entrepreneurs who gain wealth but lose themselves in excess. The reason you face these obstacles is not because you are forgotten, but because you are being forged into someone who can hold wealth without it consuming you. Many chosen ones throughout history have had their periods of financial hardship. The greatest leaders, visionaries, and warriors were once people who had nothing, not because they were abandoned, but because they were being prepared. Wealth is only as powerful as the hands that hold it, and if you are to receive it, you must first develop the character to sustain it. Your struggles are not punishment, they are training. Every obstacle you face, every moment of doubt, every financial setback is an opportunity to build the resilience and wisdom necessary for what's coming. But I know what you're thinking. If this struggle is truly preparation, why does it feel so painful? Why does it feel like you are being held back while others move forward effortlessly? The truth is, what you see as stagnation is actually protection. What you think is a delay is divine timing, ensuring that you do not enter the next phase of your life unprepared. Because once your breakthrough happens, everything will move fast. And once that door opens, there is no going back. The reason others receive what seems like easy wealth is because their purpose is different from yours. Some are meant to live in temporary comfort, while others are chosen to create lasting impact. Your financial struggles are shaping you for something bigger than personal gain. They are molding you into someone who will use abundance for something greater. If you were given riches before your mission was fully formed, you might misuse them or become trapped in the same illusions as the rest. Many who appear prosperous today are simply being fattened for their downfall. Every great transformation is preceded by struggle. Every chosen one walks through the fire before stepping into their purpose. The path is not easy, but it is necessary. And if you are still facing financial hardship, it does not mean you are being punished. It means you are being strengthened. It means you are on the edge of something greater than you can see right now. What if I told you that this entire experience is a test? That how you handle financial struggles now determines what level of prosperity you will receive later. Now, we will uncover a truth that changes everything, the hidden test behind financial struggles, and why they are the ultimate sign that you are being prepared for something extraordinary. Before continuing with our spiritual evolution, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Financial struggles often feel like an endless cycle, a weight that never seems to lift no matter how hard you try. You do everything right, work hard, stay disciplined, remain faithful, but still, abundance feels just out of reach. It's frustrating, exhausting, and sometimes it even makes you question your own worth. But what if you've been seeing it all wrong? What if financial struggles aren't signs of failure, but proof of something far more profound? The chosen are not given wealth prematurely, not because they are being punished, but because they are being prepared. Imagine handing an untrained soldier a powerful weapon. Would they know how to use it, or would they become a danger to themselves? Money is no different. It amplifies everything it touches. If you are unprepared, wealth will not bring you freedom, it will enslave you. This is why you face resistance now. It is not to keep you from prosperity, but to shape you into someone who can handle it. Look around and you'll see it, people who gain wealth too soon, only to lose everything. Celebrities who rose fast and crumbled faster, entrepreneurs who made fortunes but drowned in excess, ordinary people who received large sums and ended up worse than before. Their downfall was not lack of money, it was lack of wisdom. If you receive wealth before you are mentally, spiritually, and emotionally prepared, it will be a curse, not a blessing. This struggle is shaping you. It's making you resourceful, disciplined, and unshakable in the face of difficulty. It's teaching you how to navigate scarcity so that when abundance comes, you don't just spend it, you multiply it. Every moment of struggle is refining your relationship with money, showing you that true wealth isn't just about numbers in a bank account. It's about understanding how to use what you have for something greater. And here's the truth few people realize. The moment you stop resisting this process and start embracing it, everything shifts. Instead of seeing financial hardship as a block, see it as training. Instead of believing you are being denied, understand that you are being positioned. You are not stuck, you are in a transition. And the way you handle this transition will determine what level of abundance you are prepared for. But there is something even deeper happening beneath the surface. This struggle is not just about money. It's about your mind, your spirit, and your ability to withstand the weight of responsibility. Because true wealth isn't just about having more, it's about having the wisdom to sustain it without losing yourself. Many times financial struggles are tests disguised as obstacles. Have you ever noticed how, just when you are on the verge of something big, challenges increase? It's as if the universe is asking, are you truly ready? The difference between those who break through and those who remain stuck is not intelligence or skill, it's perseverance. Those who refuse to quit, who refuse to let temporary hardship define their future, are the ones who emerge transformed. Think of every delay, every setback, every closed door as a redirection, not a rejection. What if the opportunities you thought you needed were never meant for you? What if your struggles were keeping you from stepping into something you weren't ready for yet? This is why financial challenges are often not what they seem. They are not barriers, they are preparations. And your reaction to them determines your next level. You see, the process of financial refinement is much like the refining of gold. Raw gold, in its natural state, contains impurities. It must go through intense heat to be purified, to become something of true value. This is exactly what is happening to you. You are being refined, strengthened, tested. Every struggle is stripping away what no longer serves you: fear, impatience, attachment to material things, so that when the time comes, you are not just wealthy, but ready to handle wealth with wisdom. When you understand this, something shifts inside you. You stop fearing struggle. You stop seeing financial difficulties as punishments and start recognizing them as preparation. Because in the grand scheme of things, wealth is not given, it is entrusted. And only those who prove they can handle scarcity will ever be trusted with abundance. But what happens when this struggle goes beyond just finances? What if the real battle isn't about money at all, but about your mind, your loyalty, and what truly holds power over you? Financial struggles do more than test your patience, they test your allegiance. When money is scarce, illusions fall apart. You begin to see what truly holds power over you. Is it fear? Is it trust? When every decision feels like a battle between survival and faith, you start to realize that money isn't just currency, it's control. The real test isn't just about making ends meet. It's about whether your spirit remains unshaken when wealth seems like a distant dream. Think about it. When everything is going well, faith is easy. But the moment financial hardships strike, doubt creeps in. You begin to question your worth, your purpose, and even your destiny. This is not a coincidence. It is designed to expose the foundation of your beliefs. Do you serve money, or does money serve you? The world wants you to chase it, to worship it, to believe that without it, you are powerless. But chosen ones are not built that way. Your test is different. Your struggle is not about punishment, it is about preparation. There's a reason financial difficulties hit the chosen ones hardest. Money is a tool, but for many, it becomes a master. The system is designed to break you, to make you desperate, to push you into fear so deep that you surrender to anything that offers relief. Many fall into the trap of believing that wealth is the answer to all problems. But wealth without wisdom is destruction waiting to happen. This is why you are tested. You are being refined, stripped of illusions, and prepared to handle resources in a way that aligns with your greater purpose. Think about those who gained sudden wealth, lottery winners, overnight successes, people who thought money would bring freedom. How many of them ended up worse than before? They had the wealth, but lacked the foundation to sustain it. What if your financial struggles are not rejection, but redirection? What if you are being trained not just to have abundance, but to keep it? Many are given wealth. Few are trusted with it. The battle you are facing now is not just about money, it's about whether you can wield it with wisdom. The enemy does not fear those who chase money. The enemy fears those who cannot be controlled by it. You are dangerous not because of what you have, but because of what you refuse to bow to. This is why scarcity is thrown at you, not to weaken you, but to reveal your strength, to show you that you are not like the rest. The moment you stop seeing financial hardship as an attack and start recognizing it as a test, you shift from being a victim to a warrior. You stop asking, "Why me?" and start declaring, "I was made for more." And that is when things change. That is when the test begins to lose its power over you. Because once you realize that money is neither your enemy nor your savior, you become untouchable. You stop making fear-based decisions. You stop chasing. And that is when the very thing you once struggled to hold on to starts finding its way to you. But the next step is crucial, because financial struggles are not just tests. They are transitions. And the way you handle this moment determines the abundance that follows. But here is something no one tells you. Your financial struggles have not just been about you. They have been about the unseen war being waged over your destiny. You were never meant to live in scarcity. You were never meant to struggle endlessly. The battle was never about money. It was about your power. Because once you recognize that abundance is not something you chase, but something you attract, the entire system loses its grip on you. And that is when you truly step into the wealth that was always yours. Most people do not pass this test. They get lost in fear. They start believing that success is only for others, that they are doomed to struggle forever. But you are not most people. You were called for more. The hardest part is shifting your mindset from survival to purpose. Do you see your financial difficulties as punishment or as preparation? Because the moment you see the truth, everything changes. You realize that what felt like delay was actually protection. That the wealth waiting for you isn't about luxury, it's about legacy. Scarcity is a system of control. It makes people desperate, willing to do anything for relief. But you are not meant to be desperate. You are meant to be powerful. And the first step to breaking free is understanding that your struggles were never a sign of your failure. They were proof of your calling. They were a necessary step to strengthen you, to refine you, to prepare you for what is coming. The abundance waiting for you is not just about wealth, it's about purpose. Because when a chosen one finally understands their worth, the chains of lack begin to fall away. Breaking free from scarcity is not about sudden wealth, it's about shifting your entire relationship with abundance. Many people think financial breakthrough comes from external changes, but it always starts internally. Scarcity is not just a lack of money, it's a mindset, a programmed belief that keeps people stuck in cycles of limitation. The moment you begin to break free from this conditioning, you start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. But the real battle is not just about money, it's about breaking free from a system that wants to keep you powerless. The illusion of lack is one of the greatest tools used against chosen ones. It convinces them that they are powerless, that they must struggle endlessly before they can receive. Society reinforces this through endless cycles of debt, stress, and financial instability. The system is designed to make you believe that suffering is the price of success, that working harder and harder without results is just the way life works. But chosen ones are not meant to live under the same laws as the world. Your financial transformation begins when you stop believing in lack and start embracing divine provision. The rules that apply to the masses do not apply to you. Think about it. How many times have you received exactly what you needed, just when you needed it? Not a second before, not a second too late. This is not random. This is the higher plan at work. But the problem is that most people don't recognize it. They are too focused on what they lack to see the provision that is already present. When you begin to shift your mindset from scarcity to faith, you start to see what was always there, hidden in plain sight. Your circumstances begin to change not because the world suddenly became fair, but because you learned to stop looking at what is missing and started recognizing the abundance that was always meant for you. But let's be clear, this does not mean sitting back and doing nothing. It means aligning your actions with the understanding that provision flows through faith, not fear. Chosen ones who operate in this state do not chase money, they attract it. They do not beg for opportunities, they create them. Because once you understand that wealth is not about hoarding, but about flow, you stop gripping tightly to what you have and allow the universe to work through you. The truth is that those who hold on to scarcity will always struggle. The more you focus on what you don't have, the more you create resistance to receiving. It is only when you step into the flow of divine abundance that everything starts to shift. This is why financial struggles often intensify right before breakthrough. You are not being punished, you are being tested. The moment you release the fear of losing, the chains begin to break. You shift from a mindset of desperation to a mindset of certainty. You stop asking, "When will I have enough?" and start declaring, "I am already provided for." And in that moment, the weight of scarcity begins to lift. It's in these moments of pressure that the greatest transformations occur. The struggle refines you, strengthens you, and prepares you to handle the responsibility that comes with true abundance. Because abundance is not just about receiving, it's about managing what is given wisely. Most people never reach this level of understanding. They remain trapped in fear, believing that provision is something they must constantly chase. But you are not most people. You are meant to break free, to move in abundance, to step into divine provision without hesitation. Because the moment you stop seeing scarcity as your enemy and recognize it as a tool for refinement, you finally take control. And that is when the doors open and abundance flows like it was always meant to. Is not just about having more, is about becoming the person who can handle more without being consumed by it. That is the true key to financial freedom. Some will read these words and feel something deep within them awaken. They will recognize that they have spent years believing in limitation, allowing scarcity to dictate their decisions. But chosen ones were never meant to be ruled by fear. They were meant to transcend it. And as you take these truths to heart, you will begin to see the shift, the moment when everything that once seemed impossible suddenly becomes inevitable. Because financial freedom is not just about money. It is about knowing deep inside that you are already enough, and nothing in this world can take that from you. True wealth is not measured by what you accumulate, but by what you are entrusted to manage. The chosen ones are not meant to chase money endlessly, nor to live in the illusion that financial struggles define their worth. Wealth is a tool, a divine instrument meant to fulfill a greater mission. When you shift your perspective from seeking money for personal gain to understanding its true purpose, everything begins to change. You no longer operate from a place of desperation, but from a mindset of abundance and responsibility. True financial prosperity flows to those who are ready to receive it with wisdom, not to those who merely desire it without preparation. Many misunderstand abundance, believing it is simply the freedom to buy whatever they want. But real prosperity has nothing to do with material excess and everything to do with divine purpose. Money in the wrong hands corrupts, but in the hands of those who are spiritually aligned, it becomes a force for transformation. That is why the chosen must go through seasons of financial hardship to be refined, tested, and strengthened before receiving the resources meant for them. You are not just meant to have wealth, you are meant to be a guardian of it, a channel through which financial energy flows for a greater mission. This is why financial success has always seemed out of reach, not because you are unworthy, but because you are being prepared. Imagine if you had received the wealth you wanted before you had the wisdom to manage it. Would it have helped you grow, or would it have blinded you to your true calling? Many who receive financial abundance too soon fall into the trap of believing that money alone grants them freedom. But real freedom comes from mastery, not just of money, but of the fear that surrounds it. The moment you stop worshiping money and start seeing it as a tool, you step into a different reality. Money flows to those who are ready, those who have proven they will not be consumed by it. The system you were born into teaches you to fear lack, to believe that security comes from financial accumulation. But chosen ones understand a deeper truth: wealth flows from alignment, not fear. That is why those who operate in divine abundance always seem to receive what they need at the perfect time. They are not just lucky, they are in sync with a greater plan, understanding that true security is never found in numbers, but in divine provision. Your struggles were never meant to break you. They were meant to refine you, to strip away illusions and strengthen your understanding of true abundance. You had to experience lack so you could see beyond material distractions. You had to go through moments of financial uncertainty so you could learn to trust in something greater than the system that wants to enslave you. Every challenge, every delay, and every moment of scarcity was not a punishment, it was preparation. You were being prepared not only to receive wealth, but to handle it with the wisdom that comes from experience. Because when the chosen rise, they do not rise alone. They uplift others, they build legacies, and they change the course of history. Some will continue to chase money, believing it is the answer to their problems. But the chosen ones know better. They no longer seek validation through wealth, nor do they allow temporary struggles to define their destiny. They walk in certainty, knowing that divine provision is a constant force, not a fleeting chance. When you truly understand this, you stop trying to force financial success and instead allow it to flow to you naturally. You recognize that everything you need is already within reach, waiting for you to step into alignment with your true purpose. There is one final truth that separates the chosen from the rest. They no longer see financial success as a goal, but as a responsibility. They do not hoard wealth out of fear, nor do they chase it out of desperation. Instead, they master it, using it as a tool to expand their mission, to help those in need, and to create lasting impact. The greatest test is not whether you can achieve financial success, is whether you can handle it with wisdom and purpose. And that is why the chosen ones are different. They do not fall into the traps of greed, materialism, or fear. They walk in divine wealth because they understand that it was never about them, it was always about the mission. And now, as you stand on the edge of your own financial transformation, you must make a choice. Will you continue to believe in limitations, or will you step fully into your divine prosperity? Because the truth is, you were never meant to struggle indefinitely. You were meant to rise, to lead, and to show others that true abundance is not found in chasing wealth, but in becoming the kind of person who wealth naturally flows to. This is not the end of your journey, it is the beginning of your transformation. The choice is yours. If this video has changed your spiritual journey and helped you connect with your universal strength, subscribe to the channel, leave a like below, and activate the notification bell so we can notify you when new content arrives. We also suggest watching the video indicated on the screen so you can continue your journey of spiritual growth and inner evolution of knowledge. Thank you for staying with us until the end, and see you in the next video.